Let's move out to the west coast. Breezes are cool out on the west coast. Sea is so clear blue past the beach line. Let's take time to play hire a boat and sail away. We're all done with the rat race. In the warm sun on a cold face, knocking the dust out of the sand shoes. Going to look out for some cool views. We know the way to San Jose, and so we won't waste time. Let's go today. We both can head out to the west coast, loving the colour of the blues. When we set sail from the west coast, seeking the blue whale on the west coast. I put a muscle on the radio. The dolphins will play when we both cast away. We'll look out for that.
Good morning, everybody. Well, actually, it's just gone 12 o'clock, but it still feels right to say good morning. I've just had a lovely coffee with my mum and dad, who came down to see me for a little while, which was fab. And I've been preparing a lot of yarn because I've got quite a bit of dyeing to do. I've got to get the last advents dyed and some other orders and things sorted out. So that's going to be my job for the rest of today. And if I get a chance later, I might wind some minis up for lovely Hannah of Corner of Craft podcast, who's making a granny square blanket, and I've sent her some minis already, but I've got some more yarn I can share with her. So if I get a chance, I'm going to get Rita the reskeiner out later and do that. I'll try and capture that as well. But for now, to the dye pots. I wanted to show you my pretty bracelets while I remember as well. These are made by my little girl Ivy, who's 10, and I taught her to use beading wire and use crimp beads and fastenings and things sometime last year, and since then she's been regularly making bracelets for me, family, friends, and she's even sold some. And I asked her to make me a set of Halloweeny bracelets the other day, and this is what she made me. Aren't they pretty? I'm very proud of her. She works very hard with her jewellery, and she does a really good job. So she's taken some photos of some of her stock, and I think I'm going to put some in my Etsy shop for her, because I think people would really like to order a little bracelet as a gift or just a little treat. And she works very hard on them. But look at the pretty colours. Aren't they lovely? I'm busy at my dye pots. Whilst I'm just waiting for the microwave to do its thing, I wanted to show you this little Christmas cactus. I've just watered it. It is quite a lot of water, but it will need it. I've had this Christmas cactus for much longer than I've had the children, and Ivy is nearly 11. I reckon it's 15 or 16 years old. You see here how it's all woody and nasty and horrible, and it was like that right up to here, really nasty and manky, but I could see that there was some new growth coming right at the base of it. So I was brutal, and I just broke everything back, leaving only the new growth and this little bit which looked good to the bottom. And look at all the new shoots coming on it. I'm so pleased with it. And then this was another one I had here, and I've had for donkey's years. But it had gone past it, so I took some cuttings from it, and they've tripled in size already. And then this one is probably 11 or 12 years old, and that one is really healthy right down to the base, apart from a couple of dead leaves here and there which need taking off. I'm not going to worry about those. But yeah, I don't get why, what some varieties are like that and others don't seem to fare as well. But I absolutely love Christmas cacti, and I could have a house full of them. They always flower really well on this windowsill, which is where I do my dyeing. in this little utility room here, so I get to look at them a lot, especially from now onwards, which is fantastic. While we're looking at Christmas cacti, I thought I'd show you this one. You've seen it already, I think, on my mantelpiece. And this one again is ancient. It really needs potting on again. I've potted it on that many times. And look how woody and thick that bit is. And every year I take it right back. In spring I take so much stuff off it. And it just goes mad. I mean, it can't really, just look how massive it is. But come late autumn, early winter, that thing is profusely flowering. I can't get over it. And I don't know what it is that I do with them, because I give them baby bio once or twice a year probably, and water them when they look dry, and that is it. Obviously the light in this place is very good because they just seem to really, really like it here. Remember how the other day I said, when I was stocking my yarny towers back up, I said I'll show you what's in the white tissue paper, and then I didn't, and that's because I was waiting for something. Are you ready to see this? This is a little special set I've put together for myself. Last year I saved a special yarn for when we went on holiday, just to knit, and I got a project bag made to go with it by Craftmonger Law, my sister Laura. And it was a special yarn which I really loved. It was a Honeydukes yarn, and I absolutely loved waiting and the anticipation of getting it started once we were on our way on holiday. Bit like a Christmas Eve cast on, but for holes. So I've done that again this year, and it's a Harry Potter theme again, big surprise. But this year, I'm so excited to show you. I've put this together. Now this is a Stripy Cat Yarns self-striping yarn. Oh my goodness, look at the colours. Stripy Cat Yarns, and the colourway is Limited Collection Mischief Managed. So that is it's a 100 gram sock skein and looks like a 20 gram mini. Oh, no, maybe it's a 10 gram. I could check the label, but I won't. And then I ordered this from my lovely friend Hannah of the Corner of Craft. She's a little witchy, which I thought was very appropriate and will look really, really cute if I could get her to lay down. Look how nice she's going to look on there. So yes, that's that. And then this is another Craftmonger Law bag. I bought the fabric and asked her if she could make me a Harry Potter bag to go with this. So this at the top is the enchanted ceiling in the Great Hall. And then these are obviously all of the stained glass windows in the castle. And then this at the bottom is silver sparkle fabric. And inside it are wizards. So I am rather in love with this, and I'm going to have to search out a needle cozy and a little mini knit kit to go with that. But that is going to be my holiday bag and project. It's not the only project I'll take. Oh, look at that Hufflepuff badger, it's so cute. Now I've got all the bits, I'm going to pop it all together. And when I went into the Knitting Nook bureau there to get my stitch marker out, I found these, and I don't know why they didn't end up on the Christmas tree last year. These are plastic canvas stars, which I have done tapestry on with my hand-dyed yarn. Just look at that one. Doesn't that look magical? And you can see bits of the plastic in this, but you don't really notice it, especially when it's on the tree. You do have to make sure you hang them the right way around. And I've got absolutely loads of these stars left. I'm going to do some more this year because they're just so nice. They're good to give away as gifts, and they're really therapeutic to do, and I just make up my own designs as I go along. And last year I was seriously considering doing kits of these, and I would really like to, but I'll tell you what's putting me off is the techniques and how to create instructions, written instructions for the techniques, because I am not a very good sewer. I'm certainly not a tapestry teacher of any kind. I mean, I'd happily do some video tutorials, but I think that would probably be the best way of doing it. I don't have the skills to be able to create really nice charts. But what do you think? Would a video tutorial be enough to go with these if I put a link with the kit and then sat down and showed you all the basic stitches? Because I think one of the really nice things about this is the fact that you can explore it creatively yourself and not be too, you know, driven by instructions and design. So I'm going to put some hangers on these. I've already got some that go on the Christmas tree. I've been doing these for a couple of years now. I just think they look so folky and sort of magical. I love that one. That was so 70s, isn't it? Off we go back down the hill again. Tell you, I've lost a few pounds since they started back at school and we've been walking. When they were at two separate schools, it was a bit too far a lot of the time. I would walk some of the time, but I certainly couldn't do it twice a day. Just looking where I'm going. But now they're both at the same school, which is the one that's nearest to home. We try and walk them 9 times out of 10 a week. We walk, unless the weather's absolutely vile. And even then, I keep reminding the children that they're not made of sugar and they won't melt, which is what my dad used to say when I didn't want to walk in the rain. So anyway, I shall be back up the hill and finishing off my dyeing shortly before I sit down with a cuppa. Oh, I've also got the battle of homework to do with Cosmo. Ivy gets on with her own, no problem. Cosmo's done half of it, he's done his spellings, he still needs to do his maths, and they're working on the times tables. It's always a bit of a struggle, but usually bribery helps. So let's see how that goes. My favourite bedtime cuppa or evening time cuppa. This is Bird and Blend gingerbread chai. It's so cosy, not overtly Christmassy, and yet just the right level of comforting and warming. Alexa, set a timer for 4 minutes.
4 minutes, starting now.
Sorry again for any AI triggering. I should have thought about that before I did it. I forgot to show you earlier that I've collected up 2 little pin badges for my Halloween Hogwartsy bag. I know it's not overtly Halloween, but I'm thinking of it as that. I've just realised that this silver sparkle is actually rainbow glittery. Oh, how magical. Anyway, back to the badges. So I bought this one earlier this year from the Platform 9 3/4 shop online. And it's a chocolate frog box enamel pin badge. It's just got a normal back on it, which I'm going to discard. And then this one has a tale to tell. This is Peter the pumpkin from the rhyme Peter, Peter, pumpkin eater, had a wife and couldn't keep her. Put her in a pumpkin shell and there he kept her very well. And I've had Peter 2 years now, two Halloweens anyway. He's got a bit of a bent pin. And he came on holiday to Fife, up near where Rachel from So Ray Me lives. We went on holiday and actually visited Falkland Palace. Funnily enough, it was beautiful. I longed to go back there one day. Anyway, Peter came to St Andrews with us for the day and came off my coat because he didn't have a proper locking pin back. And he fell off the coat at the restaurant where we had dinner. And when I realised, I went back there straight away and he was still under the table. But he'd obviously been trodden on a little bit because his pin is a little bit bent. But I'm hoping that's not going to stop me from being able to put the locking pin badge back on him. So these are, I can't remember where I got these. I think it might have been just on Amazon. And they are lots of locking pin badge backs, and you push them on and then so the pin goes down the hole, and once you've pushed them on, the only way you can take them off is to release them like this by pulling, which is not easy to do. So they're actually really good for, especially for project bags, if you haven't got one of those ones that has the pocket on the inside. So let's pop these on. I sort of want Peter to be near the night sky because, you know, that's where the pumpkins float. Now let me put him here. Alexa, stop. Can you see what I'm doing here? I'm just going to click that on and then he won't come off at all. I'm not going to tug hard because I don't want to make a hole in my bag. Just take my tea bag out. I don't want it to be stewed. This is a Rooibos tea, which makes it perfect for night time. And then where shall we have my chocolate frog? Shall I put it on the other corner of the... I don't want it too low down. Maybe just here. Just above Ravenclaw. And click it on. Yeah, that made a satisfying click. And they're not going to go anywhere. Now all I have to do is sort out my little needle cozy and... knit kit, and we will all be sorted. So I'm going to show you the progress I've made on my Lola sock today, and then I'm going to say night night. In fact, I'll say night night now, and I'll just show you a little end clip of my sock because I'm very tired. I've been on my feet dying, and if not dying, picking the children up from school for 5 hours straight this afternoon, and my back and my hips don't like it very much. So I'm going to go and sit in bed and knit for a little while, watch a few Vlogtobers, and then go to sleep nice and early. So night, thank you very much for watching and for all your lovely comments and likes, and I'll see you tomorrow.